finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me, can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands, improper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Real with Najeh, Wilkins, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Excited to be with you guys on this lovely Tuesday to talk about girls sports here in the state. So we got a lot we're going to talk about today. First and foremost, we're going to have a special guest on the show, Coach Godby from Milton. Going to talk about their program, 16 championships, the most in GHSA history, and also 6 back-to-back championships or 6 consecutive championships for the program. So that's what we're going to talk about first and foremost. When he comes on, that should be about 4:15, 4:20, about 10 to 15 minutes or so. But right now, we're going to talk about some the top 6 was just revealed by Gwinnett Daily Post. Top 6 girl players in the in the county in Gwinnett. So we're going to talk about that and a little bit about basketball, my top 5 for this week in girls sports. And that's how the show's going to go today. But let's go ahead and reveal the list of Gwinnett Daily Post Super 6 girls lacrosse. They have at up top Ava Garabidian from Wesleyan. She is a senior, plays the midfield position. College choice is Georgia College. She's going to be going there for basketball. Cool, noteworthy things about her. She's had 75 goals, 33 assists, 38 ground balls, 24 calls, turnovers, and 116 draw controls last season. So really getting it done. First team all-county selection. Yes, she was. So she was on the list as well. The next one is Haley Lambeth from Collins Hill. She's a senior. She's a goalie. She's going to Lee University, or that would be her college choice. Still undecided currently right now. Far as just her noteworthy statistics, she's made 145 saves in her career, 62% in 601 minutes last season. She was GLL Goalie of the Year in an all-county selection as well. Her coach, Lou Schreckenberger, said, Haley is an extraordinary leader for our team, holding players accountable both on and off the field. She works year-round at her craft to be the best goalie she can be for Collins Hill and takes an immense amount of pride in what she does. As her coach, I'm really lucky to have her in goal, and I'm really excited to see how she ends her high school career as well. Next girl they have on here is Skylar Mullen from North Gwinnett. Senior, plays defense. College choice is Catawba College. Noteworthy from last season, top defender, 2-time all-county selection, and she's the Daily Post Super 6 in 2023. Her coach, Joe Pepitone, said, Sky's a true athlete and learns to quickly excel. She's tenacious on defense and an asset, especially on the clear and transition to offense. She is a complete threat on the field, both being able to find back of the cage on offense and keeping opponents at bay on defense. She has terrific game sense, a high lacrosse IQ player, and a never surrender attitude. That's what her coach said. And the next one is Ashley Stidham of Brookwood, also a senior, plays the defensive side of the ball. As far as just her noteworthy statistics from last season, top defender, caused 23 turnovers, 25 ground balls last season. All county selection. Her head coach Jason Jones takes is Ashley is a 4-year starter as well as the commander-in-chief of our defense. Stidham was team captain as a junior and a member of the all-county defensive team. She holds a lot of experience which helps our team shine, and her leadership on and off the field is second to none. That's what her coach said about her. The next one is Lexi Tinker of Mill Creek, also a senior. She plays the attack role. College choice is Kennesaw State. Best Gwinnett lacrosse player not on her team, she believes, is on this list, Ava Garbadian as well. Noteworthy from last season, she had 39 goals, 13 assists, 30 ground balls, and 42 last year. She was a 2022 Daily Post Player of the Year. So she has been on this list pretty frequently. That's Lexi Tinker. Coach Gino White's take on her. Lexi Tinker is such a fun player to watch. Everything she does on the field looks effortless and is so well executed. She's a multi-sport athlete and has been a 4-year starter for our program. Lexi has one of a kind. Her talents on the field and her vibrant personality bring so much to the team. Next year, Lexi will be playing D1 lacrosse at KSU, and I can't wait to see how she impacts that team and what she will accomplish there. And then the last one will be Kendall Wilson, also of Mill Creek. That's 2 Mill Creek ladies on this list. She is a senior, plays defense. Her college choice right now is Campbell. Best lacrosse player that's not on her team, she feel like, is Megan Canova. Her noteworthy statistics from last year, she had 30 ground balls and 30 caused turnovers. Was first team All-State, All-County, and Gwinnett Defender of the Year. So no small praise there. Her coach, Gina White, also said Kendall Wilson is a huge asset to our lacrosse program on and off the field. She's a leader on the field and in the classroom. Kendall has a high lax IQ and is always making corrections where they are needed. The feedback and encouragement she gives to her teammates is unmatched and valued by all. Kendall is committed to play D1 lacrosse next year, and though she will be greatly missed, I can't wait to see what she accomplishes at the next level. So that is Gwinnett Lady Post Super 6. You guys go check that out. They always do a good job with just highlighting our athletes in different sports: football, basketball, lacrosse, tennis, softball, volleyball, and they came out with their Super 6 in the Gwinnett County. This was updated about 3 hours ago, so go give that a read. That is where I got the information. So shout out to them for always being on it and doing their thing. But we have a couple of diving live results I want to show you guys as well. We have the statistic up and the thing up. So first and foremost, I want to go to, looks like it said, I think the first one is 1A through 3A. Craig is pulling it up right now for us, so let me make sure. You guys can go to scoreatl.com. We have our great reporter, Max. How do you say your last name? Wolborski, updating everything on that. He does such a good job for us. So you guys go to ScoreATL. All the results of the diving will be on the boys and the girls side. But we have this first statistic. So this is 4A through 5A, as you guys can see. Ivy B won in the 4A, 5A bracket. She's with a score of 658.80. And then Brooklyn P followed her at number 2 with a 628.75 time for Cambridge. And Ivy was from North Oconee. And then Ren D with a 573.15 time, also for North Oconee. So as you can see, 2 North Oconee athletes in the top 3. So they're doing an outstanding job with their diving group. That is the results right there, as you can see. And as I said, go to scoreatl.com to get the full results there. All right, so we have another one that'll be 1A through 3A as well. And let's see, pulling it up. Thank you, Craig. All right, so this is 2024 official GHSA 1A or 1 through 3A diving championship. So I see number 1, Abby S 545.60 was the top time that led for the Wesleyan Wolves, and then number 2 was Kinsley B. I believe that's Mount Vernon Athletics, and then number 3 was Betsy P with a 524.65 time from looks like AIS Eagles. So as you can see, that's going on right now. As you all know, swimming actually starts tomorrow. So those results will also be updated as well. And we have the guide. So if you guys want to know some of these top athletes, I'm going to go over some of the top storylines to watch for in swimming a little bit later on in the show. But all that information is up on scoreatl.com. You guys can check it right there. So those are the results. That is the Gwinnett top 6 as well. So we're going to have Coach on momentarily. I do want to highlight just a couple of players. So I did want to talk about Holly Innocence. They picked up a huge win this past week against non-region opponent Buford. Buford's a really good team as well. They handed them just their 3rd loss of the season. 78-75 win for them. They're one of the hottest girl teams in the state. Peep this, guys. They've rattled off 11 consecutive victories right now. They're the number 3 ranked team in the Score Atlanta poll. So go to Score ATL and get the full rankings. They are number 3. And I had to give a shout out and some love to Haley Swain. She's been doing a magnificent job for the program. As you can see right here in that game, 5'11" point guard. You don't see that every day at the point guard level, usually 5'4" or 5'5". So she has really good size at the point guard. And as you see right here, great team win over a good Buford team from Swain basketball. As you see, she balled out 32 points, 4 boards, and 4 assists. That is getting it done. And they have a really, really good team and good roster. And I think they're balance tested. Their schedule, they schedule some of the toughest opponents in the state, and I think they're going to be ready come playoff time. And the regular season is wrapping up. It is towards the end now, and I think it's, 1 or 2 more games left before we wrap up?
Southwest DeKalb on Friday.
Thank you, Craig. Southwest DeKalb on Friday, so that is the last one. Then region tourney time, and then that is going to decide the seeding And what I really love real quick about region tourney time is that it's like similar to college basketball. You could be having not the best season, but if you're able to make some noise in that region tournament, you can secure a playoff berth. So that's what's so cool about hoops. Sometimes you don't have that same thing can happen in other sports like football and things like that. So I do love that. But Holly Ennis has been the top all year long on our polls, and there's certainly a reason why. And they are very, very deep. She's one of the reasons why they have a really, really good roster. All right, so wanted to give her a little shout out. Also wanted to shout out real quick Kayla Cleveland. She has been doing outstanding this year for the River Ridge Knights. We're going to actually break down her fellow teammates' tape, Finley Parker, a little bit later, and I was very impressed with her, and we'll talk about her in a little bit. But Kayla Cleveland is leading the team in scoring this year, and you might be like, wow, I mean, with so many great weapons they have with Sophia Pearl, Kayla Cleveland, they got so many players on that roster, Michaela Robertson, Finley Parker, she still leads the team in scoring. She's averaging 14.4 points per game and 7.4 rebounds. So there's a reason why I really wanted River Ridge to come and be a part of that initial Corky Kell, Dave Hunter Basketball Classic, and it's because they have such a good roster and they're so well coached by Coach Jason Taylor. And I mean, they do an outstanding job. So wanted to give her a shout out. That is no small feat that she is accomplishing, and they're going to be a dangerous team. I think Craig talked about it on his show about a week ago or so. They had a big region game they had, and they ended up winning. I believe they were 20-4 on the season, if I'm not mistaken. So they have been doing outstanding all year long. So guys, we're going to take a quick short break. I should be joined on the other side by Milton Eagles girls head coach. We're going to take a quick short break, thank our sponsors, and be back on the other side.
What you doing?
Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
All right, guys, so welcome back. So before we bring on the head coach in about a couple of minutes, just texted him, just got a response. He should be joining about 4:20, so I know Craig will let me know when he's ready. But last year, just want to talk about the schedule and what they were able to accomplish. So going back to the regular season, had a really, really stellar year, 20-2 overall. And what I like about Milton is the same way we mentioned about football when we talk about, obviously, the Colquists, the Cedar Groves, the Mill Creeks. Like, they schedule the toughest opponents, and they really have an onus of trying to play stellar competition to kind of see where they're at. And I love that about that team. I think that's why they are so good. And last year, they played out-of-state teams in IMG Academy. You know, they're pretty much good in every sport. They're like the Buford, but just the Florida version. You got Agrity that they played as well. They play CSHC as well. They play Paul VI. And then they also play Stone Ridge School of Sacred Heart as well. So some of these teams are the top teams in their state in Maryland. So I really like that how he's able to schedule these teams and playing them out of state. So that was their schedule. They beat some really elite teams last year. Roswell, Blessed Trinity, West Forsyth made it all the way, I believe, to the state championship. So they play the creme de la creme in this schedule, and there's a reason why they are so good and elite. But just talking about their playoff run really quick, definitely was not an easy one, but as I said, they handled their business. You go look at their bracket. So they started with a bye week, then they play an opponent in the first round. Then they played against North Gwinnett, handled business 20-3. Cherokee handled business 20-6. And then they played against a really, really good Walton team in the semifinals. Were able to beat them 17 to 7. And then they played a really good West Forsyth team who, played some really good opponents. Was able to beat some good teams as well and beat them 11-6 in the final. So they were really doing their thing, having an outstanding year. And as I said, I'm going to talk to the coach about it, but I was able to talk to him last year on my show. And I was just like, well, how does your team, you get the most out of your team every year? And he was just talking about how multiple of his girls, they play multiple sports, right? They don't just play lacrosse. They're not a specialized athlete. They're playing other things. They're playing like softball, volleyball. So all that kind of matriculates together and why they're able to, be so good. And then he also said, like, just the level of competition, as we alluded to. And we're going to talk about the schedule this year. They got more opponents out of state that are very tough, but their dominance in the state is just next level. As I said, they have 16 state championships in the state, and the sports start on the girls' side in 05. So they have 16 of the 18 championships in their building. So that goes to show you just how dominant it's been. They started off with a 4-peat in the sport, and then Chattahoochee held one, and then they had a 5-peat before Walton won one in 2016, and now they're back at a 6-peat currently right now. So they have been doing their thing, having one of the better teams, and they are a lot of fun to watch. And some of their top players we'll talk about with the head coach in just a second. I want to ask them about Kaylee Dragon. She's one of the top midfielders in the state. She's committed to St. Mary's. So just find out a little bit about her, how she's been playing the team, and a little bit about his attackers. How do they look at that? And it just seems like when you watch them play, they're having so much fun. They're very in tune with each other. They're able to go in these spurts, take advantage of the defense, go in these breaks, these 4-3, 3-2 breaks, and really, really take advantage. And then, I feel like every year in any sport, you always have a young prospect come up in a new role, whether that's a freshman or sophomore. You're asking them to, have a new role, and they're able to step into it like it's nothing, and able to have a really good impact. And sometimes you'll see, like, those type of players, they start to figure it out later, right? They may struggle early on, but then when it's later in the season and you're playing those area battles and those region battles, and you need everybody to step up, they're able to come up big. And then when you go to postseason, next thing you know, they have a 2-goal, a brace, or a 3-goal effort, and really can help your team out, or just have an impact on defense. So I think that's the big thing. So we're going to find out a little bit more about his team in just a second. I think he is ready to go. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, good.
Good. I appreciate you coming on. I know you're a busy guy, but I appreciate you coming on during practice.
Yeah, no problem. Little hard to hear, but I can hear a little bit.
Okay, got you. Well, I got to say before we start, who they?
Oh, today, yeah.
Since we're fellow Bengals fans. But, yeah, Coach, yes, sir. I just want to talk about just the marquee history. We talked last year about your team and what you guys are able to do, Coach. And, just how's the team looking this year heading into the season? Guys got about a week out. How you guys looking?
It's kind of hard to say right now until we really get out and see us play in a game. But, we have some good talent, that's for sure. We lost a lot from last year. We lost basically our 3 top scorers to graduation, but we got some good young players coming up, and that's always been the key for us to be able to have some girls developed in the pipeline to be ready to play, and most of our starters for the season were on the team last year. We're still going to have 1, 2, or 3 girls that may start from time to time who weren't on the team, but we just kind of got to be able to see how we do, and once we start playing some games. But we're kind of a young team as well. We really only have 1 returning senior with playing experience from last year, so we do have a lot of young kids that we're going to be relying on to step up for us this season.
Yes, sir. And then, Coach, I wanted to ask you, just as far as the newcomers, I know obviously you're still going to be selling out different things, but who are some girls you're just excited to see kind of performing those new roles? And then just tell us some of the girls on your team that you're expecting to kind of step up on a big level this year.
Newcomers, it's kind of, I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like, we have 11 juniors on the team, so kind of going to rely on those girls, and most of them were on the team last year and played. We have 4 girls starting in their 3rd season. They started as freshmen, and that's our goalie, Gabby Henry, and she's committed to play at Arizona State. We have junior midfielder Ella Polly, who is she also started as a freshman. She's committed to play at Clemson. And a junior attacker, Anna Mellinger, also started as a freshman. She's committed to play at Penn State. And then junior defender Hayden Miller also started as a freshman, and she's committed to play at South Florida. So those are kind of our 4 girls, I guess you could say, would be going to be key contributors this year with the most experience as, starters the past 2 seasons.
Yes, sir, Coach. And then I know you guys are going to be playing, obviously a national schedule this year. You got Our Lady of Good Counsel, Cardinal Gibbons, and then Hockaday. So just tell us how you were able to put those matchups together, Coach, and play some of these top teams in these other states.
Yeah, our schedule's loaded this season. Good Counsel's coming in down here to play us. They're always a top 25 team in the country. And, we've played the Good Counsel for several years now, off and on. They've came down here. Actually, this will be like their 3rd time coming down to Georgia to play us. We've traveled up there to play them a few times. Just got a good relationship with the coach, and they do a great job with their program. So that's going to be a big test for us. And also Cardinal Gibbons from North Carolina is coming down to play us. I've known that coach for a while as well. We've traveled to play them. They've been down here to play us and have a good relationship. They're one of the stronger teams in the South this year. A lot of returning players committed to play D1. And in Hockaday, Texas, they've been the top team in Texas the past few years, and just kind of reached out to them last year, trying to see if they wanted to come up and play. So they were able to make it work this year, and so we're excited. That's going to be 3 great games for us to play in the middle of the season, and then we're going to go on the road up to DC on our spring break, where we go to play at St. Stephen's, St. Agnes. We don't know the exact matchups yet, but we're always going to get some tough competition when we go up there to play.
Certainly, Coach, and can't wait to watch you guys. And I want to ask you, Coach, just what part of your team are you just most excited to see this year?
I think that's a tough question. What am I most excited to see? I really just want to see us get out there. We lost like 6 or 7 starters from last season, so basically half our starters are new. I'm excited about what we have, but I basically just kind of want to see us. I want to see us on the field, and I'll get to see that Thursday when we play, and then it would just kind of start answering some questions. How we're going to set up our rotations, and what kind of offense we're going to run with this group in and with the other group, and what kind of defense, and just kind of really excited to see us overall. And sometimes you have, like last year, I guess you could say we had a lot of experienced players coming back, a heavy senior class, but this year we don't. And so it's kind of wait and see, what do we have, and then I'll start getting excited about some stuff. But I definitely think we got a lot of girls to work with. I think we're going to be I'm hoping we're really strong on the draw this year. We were pretty good last year, and we've got all our girls back taking the draw, plus we've got some newcomers who's going to be able to help with that I think we're going to be really strong on the draw, and hopefully be able to get possession and a lot and control the game that way.
No doubt, Coach. And I know you guys played West Forsyth in the title game last year. If you can, Coach, just talk a little bit about that game. I know you guys have them on the schedule for March 5th, so just talk a little bit about that game and what you remember from it.
Yeah, West Forsyth, we've played them in the state finals 2 out of the last 3 years. They're always good. They always got a good program. They lost some key pieces to graduation this past season as well, but they've always got some good young girls coming up. So we know a little bit about them from, what they've got coming back from last season. I think we match up well with them, and just got to be ready to play. It's a road game, and having played somebody in the state finals 2 out of the past 3 years, they've got a good program, and we're going to be ready to play. That's an area game, and then it's going to have some impact on seeding for the playoffs. So we just got to hope we're healthy and ready to play. We go up against them in another month.
Yes, sir. And then I wanted to ask you, Coach, about Kaylee Dragon. I believe she plays the midfield for you. Just talk about a little bit about her game and what you like about her. Just fitting into your team.
Kaylee Dragon.
I believe so.
See, don't lack numbers. Dragon?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Kaylee is. She's got a little bit of a story. She played her freshman year, and then as a sophomore in the summer, she tore ACL, wasn't able to play, and then as a junior, she tore the other ACL in the summer. So she's kind of been out of the game for 3 years, and so we're excited about having her back and just being able to get on the field and just seeing where she can for us on the field, and having another senior on the team should be able to help us out for sure.
Yeah, Coach, and I just wanted to just follow up on that. When you see something that happened like that to a player, what's kind of your message to them just to keep them, in the fray? You can kind of feel discouraged when that happens multiple times in your career, especially your prep career. What's kind of your message to them when you see things like that?
Yeah, we just try to keep them involved as much as possible. We've actually got 2 girls now, haven't been able to play yet, coming from injuries in the summer and fall, and we just try to keep them involved as much as we can in practice. Whether it's helping us out, shooting on goalies or feeding to get a drill started, or sometimes we'll have them video or stats, just anything we can do, like try to keep them engaged and ready, so when they are healthy, they'll be involved. But we just want to really let them know that you guys are still part of the team, and hang in there. Injuries are part of it. Unfortunately, we've had someone every year, it seems like, in this situation, and a lot of teams are like that. So we just try to do the best we can to keep them mentally in it and stay ready to go when they're healthy and able to play.
No doubt, Coach. And I know you mentioned you only have 1 senior, 11 juniors. Is there anybody you're going to be dependent on just far as just leadership on this team, Coach, just far as the kind of guy the troops kind of be on-field, on-court coach?
Yeah, just going to kind of, see who can step up. Right now, we're still trying to figure that out. We got a lot of girls who are kind of quiet and not stepping up and talking, and they got to get more comfortable. The more we play together and practice together, just kind of got to get some girls more comfortable and being ready to take over that role. So we're going to rely on some of our more experienced girls. One of our seniors, our only senior starter returning is Molly Wade, so we're going to count on her to step up and kind of take over that role as much as possible, and then get some of the younger girls involved as well.
Certainly, Coach, and I know that you have a lot of history and you've done a lot of winning, Coach. You're a Hall of Fame coach. So just tell me, what is your favorite part about this game for us that don't know, just lacrosse? What excites you? What keeps you coming back year after year? What do you love most about this sport?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to I had the opportunity to coach this team. This is my 20th year, 20 years ago. It's my 20th season, and I just grew to love the way the sport is played. I grew up as a basketball guy, and was able to just apply the same principles to this, and just try to keep it fast paced, up tempo. I grew up in Kentucky with the Rick Pitino era when he first started Kentucky coaching. It was full court press, and so that's kind of like we do fast break as much as possible. But just the way these girls, like the way our culture has developed, from day one is, it's like we're going to be all business here. We're trying to win and be successful, and the girls have just carried that through season to season, and they just come focused and ready to work and ready to go. We'll do some weight training in the off season, and the girls are there, and they go right at it. We even started going a couple of days a week. We continue to go a couple of days a week after practice, and they don't complain about it. They just, like, here's the workout, girls. They just go and they get after it. And so it's just kind of the culture that we have and the mentality of the players that are here to be committed and serious, and just keep that going is what keeps me excited about coming back every season.
Yes, sir, Coach. Well, I got two more. I'll let you go. One, I wanted to ask you you've been in this industry, as we said, for a while now. What would you just tell advice, Coach, just to upcoming coaches that are getting into the sport, just from what you've seen? I'm sure you've battled through ups and downs of what they should look for, what they should know about when they enter in coaching lacrosse.
Yeah, I would just say to kind of, try to learn as much as you can and just be prepared. Like, it's always a process and trying to learn. Like I'm constantly trying to learn new things myself, watching videos online, seeing what I can pick up, watching games. One advantage that people have now that wasn't around when I played is now you got all these college games on TV, on ESPN, ESPN Plus. You can see almost, every college game on weekends during the week. They could watch and pick up ideas, and that was non-existent when I started. So just, my advice is just to keep, just be committed to it, and try to set small goals every year, accomplish those goals, and then try to build on them each season. Heck, we're still trying to. We've won all these state championships, and we're still trying to build and see what can we do better and continue to get better for the future. So it's just kind of an ongoing process that never stops.
Yes, sir. And then, Coach, it's a two-sided question to wrap us up. One, I want you to talk about just a little bit about your coaching staff. That's what your assistant coaches, the role they kind of play, and how they've allowed you to be successful as well. And then the second part is how excited you are to see your girls play this upcoming week, and then the first matchup of the season against Peachtree Ridge.
Yeah, we the coaching staff that we've been able to have every season has just been such a huge part of our success. We've got I'll just name a few of the coaches. We have Deb Katz, who's in her let me see, she's in her 6th year. She is has a ton of knowledge and ideas. She gets the practice going. She's running the practice right now. She gets the girls started every day with skills, and she's just huge with skill development. And now she's working with the draw girls right now. So having her on the staff to be able to contribute in those ways is phenomenal. Megan DeNexter's in her 5th year coaching. She's a defensive guru. One of the best high school defensive coaches you could ask for. Just always finding little ways to help the girls get better individually and as a team. Then we have Mike Boyd, who actually was here when I started coaching in 2005. Was coaching while his daughter was on the team through 2008, and then took some time off and joined back a few years ago. He's back for his 2nd stint, and he kind of helps out wherever we need with goalies, defense we need. So he's just a great guy to have around. And we have a new goalie coaches this season, Michael Profit, who's working with our youth program, who's had a couple of sons play goalie, and he's in the area. He's got a daughter in middle school, so we were able to bring him on staff to help our goalies. So we're very fortunate that we have a lot of coaches. A lot of schools are struggling to find people to coach, and we're just very fortunate to have such a great staff to help our kids continue to get better. And looking ahead to Peachtree Ridge next week, I think we were able to play pretty well against them last year. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into what they have coming back, but I just been focused so much on us, like this first 3 weeks of the season, just kind of trying to figure out what we have and what we need to do. We've actually thrown a lot of stuff at the girls. We've been fortunate to have some good weather. We haven't had to cancel any practices at all. Usually you get maybe 1 or 2 a week, with some issues in January, early February with weather, but we've been very fortunate, and we're just trying to throw a lot of stuff at them, just kind of see what works. And then the girls are kind of like on overload with all the different things we're trying to do right now. But I just look, you guys are going to learn it. You're going to figure it out. We're going to be fine. And just kind of got to wait and see how it goes next week.
No doubt, Coach. Well, thank you so much, Coach Godby, for coming on and just talking a little about Milton Eagles girls lacrosse. Really appreciate you, Coach. I know you're busy. I know you're doing practice right now, so appreciate you spending this time. Good luck this season. I'm going to try to have you back on, hopefully, during playoffs and just talk a little bit more about the team. And who they?
Yeah, man, who day. I appreciate what you guys were doing and, bring it to the sport. And it's huge for the girls in our program. And appreciate you guys and glad to come on anytime you want.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So that is head coach Tim Godby. Appreciate him coming on. Very busy, as you can see. They're having practice currently right now, but took the time to talk to me. So appreciate him coming on again. One of the classes of girls lacrosse here in the state, in the sport. So I always have to have them on the show and give them a special shout out. So shout out to him. All right. So before we go to our next break, I did want to talk about just a couple more things as far as just headline news, and then when we come back, we will do a tell the tape and then conclude with Najeh's top 5. So a couple of things that have been broken. I want to give a shout out. Temple Tiger McKenna Nix. She registered her 1,500th point this past week. Want to give her a special shout out for the program for Temple class of 2025. So that's super special. She still has another year, so she could easily get to 2,000 points. That is no small feat. So I wanted to give her a shout out. That was by Gradic Sports. So I wanted to give her a special shout out. And then another outstanding player, we do have the graphic as well. Aubrey Beckham, for, I believe it's Holly Innocent. She received, Hebron Christian, I'm sorry. She received a very cool offer. We already know a fellow basketball player that used to play for Brookwood, Diana Collins, is also at Ohio State, but she received officially, and as she said in the post, after a great conversation with Coach McGuff and Jalen Powell, I am blessed and grateful to receive an offer from Ohio State women's basketball. So that is exciting. Ohio State usually has really, really good teams. Right here, that is the offer. So shout out to her. That is no small feat. Currently right now, she is the 5'10", again, point guard for them. She has some really good offers on her plate. She has Wisconsin. She also has Rutgers, UCF as well, and she also has, you can see right here, that is the offer. But she is doing her thing, Florida, Alabama. Thank you, Craig. As you can see right here, what I was saying just a moment ago, after a great conversation with Coach McGuff and Jalen Powell, I am blessed and grateful to receive an offer from Ohio State. Thank you so much, Craig, for pulling that up. But again, Hebron Christian is another one of those teams. I think they're 3A. They have been having a stellar season. They are nationally ranked, as we talked about on the show last Tuesday. So she is an outstanding player, and she has a lot of really, really good offers as well, just all over, as I mentioned, Rutgers, Florida, UCF, Wisconsin, and now Ohio State. So she is being recognized. She's doing her thing out there. Wanted to give her a special shout-out. Then we had another one, Amaya Porter, as well. She was able to pass 1,000 points in her career as well. The tweet's loading for me, but I wanted to give her a shout out with the Lions. Amaya Porter of Hebron Christian. So as you can see, they have some really good talent. Amaya Porter, Aubrey Beckham doing their thing. That's no small feat. The senior, as they said, in the senior night win, Hebron Christian 89, Monmouth area 13. Senior Amaya Porter earned her 1,000th career point. So I wanted to give her a very, very special shout out. And then I wanted to recognize the legend. I had to got this from Craig, and I wanted to give her some love as well. So she was inducted into the Hall of Fame of the university, Simply Rock University. That is Kathleen Ritchie Walton. So in addition to what she did there, she also served as an instructor for classes in coaching basketball, softball, volleyball, and tennis from 1982 to 1988. She served brief stints as an assistant coach at the University of Wisconsin and the University of Iowa after earning her undergraduate degree from Ashland University and her master's degree from Iowa before taking her first coaching job at SRU, which is Slippery Rock University in 1982. Following her time there, she relocated to the Atlanta area where she built a legacy as a high school educator and coach. In 2002, Ritchie Walton began teaching physical education and coaching basketball at Southwest DeKalb High School in Decatur, Georgia. She compiled an overall record of 392 and 123 and has led the school to 5 state championships since 2008. She has also led the team to 3 state runner-up finishes during that stretch and has claimed 6 region titles. For her efforts, Ritchie Walton has been named the DeKalb County Coach of the Year 8 times since 2008. She also has been named Bobby Crimmins State Coach of the Year and was named 2009 Black Coaches in Administrator National High School Coach of the Year. She was inducted into the Southwest DeKalb Athletic Hall of Fame in 2018 and named Southwest DeKalb Teacher of the Year in 2014. So just wanted to recognize a legend in the sport on the high school ranks. Craig had a really good comparison. He called her the female or the woman's Charmin White, basically. If you guys don't know who Charmin White is, go look him up. A legendary coach. Started at Miller Grove, now Pace Academy. He's coaching all USA. He's going to be at the Nike Hoop Summit later in April. He's going to be at McDonald's All-American, being the head coach there too. So I think that is no small feat for her. I just wanted to recognize a legend in the game and what she's been able to do in girls sports here in the state of Georgia. But I'm going to take one more quick break. I'll be back on the other side for Tell the Tape and the conclusion of the show.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
All right, guys, welcome back. So I'm happy to announce my Tell of the Tape or film breakdown for this week on the girls' side. I have two more on my show on Thursday for Keeping It Real with Najeh Wilkins as well on the boys' side. So that'll be a lot of fun. Some out-of-state players on that one. But got to give her some love. Finley Parker, she just picked up a Jackson State offer. She's having a really, really impressive freshman season, averaging 10.8 points per game and 6 rebounds. A very good presence for him. But when you guys watch this film, you're going to be very impressed. She does a lot of things well. She has a good post game. She can shoot the three at a high efficiency clip. She can also defend at a high level as well. So can't wait. Let's roll the tape. So right here you see her getting in the groove, hitting a knockdown three. Boom. Nice set shot. Defender can't late to close out. And right here you see the defensive prowess, being able to block the shot. Right here, quick move in the inside. Good runner right there in the lane. Right here just showing her defensive prowess as well. Blocking the shot right here. And then here finishing with the right hand on the other side, using the rim as a protector. And then right here, boom, you're going to see a knockdown shot. Can't leave her open. Easy money tray right there. And here she is right here, driving to the basket through contact, getting the bucket with the easy money. Right here, set shot yet again. And you can see the efficiency from her three-point shot right here. Does a little bit of a step back, easy money three right here. Now look at this play right here. I actually slowed this down. You're going to see it in a second. But I really love this play. So boom. Had Craig pause it. So look, as you see right here, she's in the post, right? So she does a good job getting the defender to kind of back up. She's getting into her sweet spot, right? So then you're going to see, I'm going to have Craig play it. Now watch this move she makes on the defender. So here's the other one coming. Boom, look at her fake inside, draw the defender with a shot fake, left hand dribble, finish through contact with the left hand. That's picture perfect. That's a great play right there. Here she's driving to the lane. Boom, look at that post move right there. It's a freshman doing that, being able to turn around her defender. Right here, easy shot right there, getting into her spots. Easy money. Same thing right here in the paint. She's a problem. And then boom, you see a little bit of the face-up game, getting to the spot, knocking down the jumper. And then boom, she has post. Little Dirk Nowitzki right there in the lane. One-legged shot. Boom, same thing right here, getting to her spot in the midi range. Easy money. And then love this play right here. You actually slowed this down. So watch this. You're going to slow it down. So she does a good job right here because the defender's looking at her. So does a good job. Here's the screen coming. Going to be pick and roll. And then look at her attack it right here. So boom, here it comes. Attack her with the right. Boom, she closes down. Look at absorb the contact and finish with the right hand. Should have been an and one bucket as well. Great job right there finishing at the rim. Same thing right here. Look at her playing. Good weak side defender too. That's another part of the game I like. And the same thing. That's contested, but doesn't matter. She's efficient when she shoots the ball. Boom, right here on the corner pocket. Easy money tray right there. And right here, I slowed this down. Look at her help at the weak side. I'm going to have Craig play this clip one more time for me so you can see her kind of be on the island. So pause it right here. So good awareness right here. As you can see, she's really supposed to guard that defender, but she sees that her teammate is beat. Look at her as a weak side defender, come all the way over, affect the shot, block it, and get the possession back for her teammate. So, boom, right here, look at her come over, does a good job packing the shot, affecting it, and then give her team back another possession. Great job, help defense right there. Then, boom, same thing, face-up game to the left, to her sweet spot. Easy money shot right there. Same thing. Boom, look at her use the runner to her advantage, get in the lane. Easy money. Boom. Good shot fake yet again. Get to that sweet spot in the mid-range. Knock it down. Very efficient score already as a freshman. Boom, right there at the three-point range. There's no hesitation in her game. She knows where she wants to go on the court. You can tell she's played for years. Same thing right there. Hit the left corner pocket. Easy money. Same thing here. You better get a hand up. As you can see, she's going to knock it down every single time. And then, boom, here it is right here. Getting to the spot again. Catch and shoot. Knock down. And that's what I like about her game. Like, there's no playing around. She's getting to her spots. She's using her shot fake. She's great in the post. Another good aspect of her game. And I also like, too, like, if she doesn't need the ball to score, she can catch and shoot. So that's valuable come playoff time. When you have people on Sophia Pearl or Ali Sweet or is, getting double teams to Kayla Cleveland, if you leave her open, you see what she can do. She can face up. She can go in the post. And she's not taking all these dribbles to get open or to take shots. 1-2 dribbles to the spot, easy layup, easy shot, or getting to the mid-range and knocking it down. So love her game. And then defensively, great weak side defender, able to defend the rim. So that's going to be important come playoff time because sometimes your possessions may be limited. She could take some possessions away from the offense and get it back to her team. So outstanding game. She currently holds a Jacksonville State offer. It might be more, but I know she recently got that one. So I wanted to give her some exposure, some love. She's been doing her thing on the basketball ranks as a freshman this year. She's a very polished game, so I wanted to give her a special shout out. Shout out to her, Finley Parker. Go watch her in the River Ridge Knights, having a great season, and shout out to Coach Jason Taylor as well. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just about wrap it up. We got some good swimming to watch out for tomorrow. Again, go to scoretl.com for the full story. So as highlighted in the guide, North Gwinnett girls team, they became champions last season. The team's returning key swimmers Ashley Morgan, Jayla Thompson, and Emma Rezer as well, who helped the Bulldogs win the 200-yard medley relay with a time of 1:44.99, as well as the state championship. So Reiser finished third in the 200 freestyle as well. And then also you got to give a shout out to Lassiter. They moved from Class 7A to 6A in 2021. They've dominated competition system over the last 4 seasons. Trojans have won 4 consecutive state championships and have won it all in every season they have been in Class 6A. The Lassiter girls are returning 4 key swimmers that you can watch this weekend: Rose Jones, Kate Bradley, Finley Jollins, and Maggie O'Shaughnessy as well. O'Shaughnessy finished second in the 100-yard breaststroke, posting a 1:03.97 time. The Trojans are looking to win 5 consecutive state championships this season. You heard that right, 5 consecutive. So they have been dominating. They're going to be a team to watch for this weekend. And the Westminster swimming program has remained a stalwart through the transition to a new region. Their dominance has included 56 boys and girls state championships, including the title the girls took home last season. And then the last one, Westminster's first year since moving from Class 3A to 4A, the Wildcat girls team won their 6th straight state championship. And then the boys were unable to win for the first time in 5 seasons. So they've been having dominance on the programs. Those are going to be ones to watch this weekend on the girls' side. So that's what I got as far as swimming. We updated the results a little bit earlier in the show, but now it's time for the final segment of the show today. Najeh's Top 5, just headlines in girls' sports. So I wanted to highlight the Georgia Elite Showcase. Is set to return March 16th through the 17th. It is basically a camp. A lot of girls, a lot of great players in the state go to it. The camp is about $100. King of the Court winner last year was Maya Cromer of Upson Lee. She will be in the upperclassmen game this year. She went against Talasia Thomas of Callaway. She's a senior 2024 class. It's one of the bigger showcases here in Georgia. Just kind of like postseason, as you guys know, we are ending in the meat basically of the season, the playoffs. So this is just a great showcase to give you exposure and things like that. And then we just talked about swimming. That's number 2 for me. Swimming state championships kick off this weekend. Just some players and some teams to watch. You want to watch Marist, I believe Wesleyan, Westminster, Midtown, North Gwinnett, and more. And as I said, you guys can go to scoretl.com for the full state championship guide and for teams to watch on the girls' side. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Full coverage will be there. Number 3 for me, you got to give a special shout out to Pepperell senior Sakaya Watson. She was named Athlete of the Week this week. She's a starter for the Lady Dragons basketball team and also wrestles and it's part of their first ever girls wrestling team. So making a little bit of history there. That's super exciting. As you guys know, traditionals is going on right now. We just finished up with duels, so be interesting to see if they can make any noise in the postseason. But wanted to give her a shout out. She was named Athlete of the Week. All right, number 4, a player to watch in girls high school soccer this year. Wanted to give her a shout out, Ivy Tolbert. So at one point last season in April, she led the nation in goals with the nation's best 82, and she had 46 assists last April. Commerce had a really good season this past year, 21-2, and they lost in the state championship to Mount Vernon. She was one of the reasons why she will be a senior this upcoming year. She finished with 83 goals, 47 assists, and averaged 4 goals and 2 assists per game. So she was getting it done, having an incredible year. Also had 213 points from those 83 goals and 47 assists. So as a sophomore, she amassed 104 goals and 11 in one match. So 104 goals as a sophomore. She had 11 goals in one match alone. So she's been having a great year. She will be one to watch. Currently committed to Cornell. And on the club side, she plays for the Gwinnett Soccer Academy and the Elite Clubs National League. So she plays some high-end soccer. I think that's why she's able to play so well. So she's going to be one to watch in addition to Salai Washington as well. She's been having a great run here, for her team, for Commerce, and the reason why they are so good. They were 21-2, as I said, I believe 10-0 in the region or / area play. So she's been having a phenomenal year. All right, number 5 to conclude. Early matches to watch in girls lacrosse got to be, I think, Milton versus Alpharetta. Alpharetta will be losing a lot of their seniors, but will return Phoebe Masters. She scored 44 goals and 4 assists last season. And then I had to put Milton in there because Milton is Milton. We talked to their coach. Still figuring things out, but I think it's going to be a good conversation we have with Coach Godby later on in the year just to see where they're at. Players that are depending on, as he mentioned, only about 1 to 2 seniors, 11 juniors, and a really, really young team. So when you have that, usually still figuring out at the beginning of the season, by March towards April, when you get into that big area play, you start to see who's going to be those vocal leaders, who's going to be those players that step up. So they're going to be a fun team to watch. And as he said, they got a lot of big teams they're going to be playing this year out of state. So they're going to be fun to watch. And you're going to get the championship rematch against West Forsyth March 5th. So that will be a lot of fun as well. And I got to go West Forsyth versus Buford. I know Buford didn't make the playoffs last year, but I think they're going to have a better year this year. And they're just one of those teams that always gives their all, has a really good coach. So I think I got to circle that one. And West Forsyth, obviously, for obvious reasons, they made it to the state championship last year, and they have a really, really good freshman. They're going to be losing some seniors too. But Bryn Burkholz, she had a really good year, stepping into a role, 46 goals on their way into the state championship. She was second on the team. So that is no small feat. That is very impressive what she was able to do for their team. So she's going to be one of the leading scorers coming back next year. Got to watch her on the attack, setting up chances also for her teammates. She's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So I think that's another marquee matchup between those two teams this season. And the next one, I got to go Walton-Roswell. Walton lost to Milton in the semifinals last year. We'll look to make some noise yet again this year. I think it's going to be an intriguing early season matchup between both of them. And then Roswell made it all the way to the finals in 5A, 6A classification and had one of the better teams in the state for most of the poll, most throughout the season. So those two going head-to-head, I think, will be very, very entertaining to watch and seeing who can come out on top. So, guys, that's all I got for today. Appreciate you tuning in to another episode of Keeping It Real with Najeh Wilkins, Girls Edition. And shout out to all the players as well, the legendary head coach, and all the players competing today and this weekend and this week in the swimming and diving state championships. Good luck to you, and also some of the outstanding basketball players in our state. So that's all I got. I will see you guys Thursday. Craig will be back tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. We will be back tomorrow. We have a National Signing Day special, so stay tuned for that. That will be Wednesday. We'll probably do a 2.5 hour special. A lot of players hit me up. My phone has been blowing up since I posted that, so a lot of players want to come on. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. National Signing Day special here in the Squareland Studios. That's all I got. See you guys soon. Peace.